Gale podcast. Back for the weekly check-in. It's Scott, motherfucking Walker. Here to talk to you guys. Talk about what's happened in the past week. Talk about some thoughts and ideas. It was a good week. I only did comedy twice. I did an open mic on Monday. And then a showcase on Wednesday. Both here in town. We had a out-of-town headliner in that I booked. Pierre Escargot. That's a stage name. His real name's Pierre Gaiton. He's from Atlanta, and he's really funny. And he's the second guy. I've only booked two people to do comedy down here. It's Daniel Delano and Pierre, and they've both done phenomenal. So that was cool. Got a little set in. Should get that tape back soon. I think I might. I'm not really into posting jokes, but I'll probably post one to my story that I thought was funny. But I think I'm done like actually posting jokes to Instagram for a while, unless it's like magma, unless it's like certified set the block hot, you know. But I'll keep feeding the streets with just a story every now and then of a decent joke. Shit I'm working on. Because I don't want to post it too early too, especially if I'm still punching it up. But whatever. Dude, the open mic on Monday was fucking crazy. Okay, we had these two people. One of the guys in the scene, his name's Antonio. Don't want to get into him too much. But he had his girl and like his cousin came to the show, and they sat in the front row, and she talks like, and I even said it to Bryson beforehand. I was like, oh, I'm glad she's here so we can workshop our material, because like as soon as you say something, she like literally she says something after each sentence. You're done saying something, she responds. She cannot sit in the audience quiet. But it was like insane. Like JD got up, he was hosting, and he was like, all right, how's everybody doing? Glad to have my friends here. We're going to start some comedy. Like literally as soon as before she starts saying something. Like every single sentence break, she chimes in with something. It's crazy. Like I've never seen that level of not being able to shut the fuck up before. It was insane. And then his cousin, they both ended up doing comedy, I think. I only saw the cousin, but I didn't see the girl because I left before her set. I was like, I can't take this chick anymore. But his cousin was sitting in the front row and then took a phone call during JD's host set. And JD was like, are you on the phone, dude? This is crazy. So it was just a mad, not a good rep at all. It was literally, I would rather there be nobody there than just those two people. It was insane. But I got up, and as soon as she chimed in with something, I let it sit, dude. I put the tension of bombing on her rather than playing off of anything she said. So like I did a joke about the pyramids. I was like, that's kind of weird. Like there's a pyramid on the back of the $1 bill. That doesn't make sense because like all the other dollar bills have United States government buildings on the back of them. I was like, pyramid. That's kind of weird. And then I was like, there are no pyramids in the United States. And she was like, Colorado, Utah. And I was just like, yeah, Colorado, Utah. I just kind of just let her sit in stupid remarks and just made it kind of awkward for her. And then she got up and left during my set to go smoke or whatever. So I was like, hell yeah, dude. I just did some crowd control. Because I was like the third comic up, and it was brutal for the first couple people. But then after my set, she came back in. I scared her off, but she came back in for the other people. And then I don't know what she did. I think she ended up going up. I left before she could do comedy or whatever the fuck. I wouldn't even call it comedy. But I'll read you what his cousin said. Because I sat back and I was like, you know what? I'm going to take notes of what this guy says. I'm going to take notes of his set. So this is word for word what his cousin did. He started off by saying he got off work. And then he found out someone has been touching his buddy's mama in a nursing home. That's all. He didn't like go into anything. He just said he found that out. Then he said he went to Dairy Queen. Then he said kids were funny. Said he was going to take a sip of this yak. Said he was Antonio's cousin and that Antonio ain't shit. Then he threw out a sentence and asked the audience to fill the sentence in with a joke. Said he ain't got no jokes, just talking about his life. Circled back to the kids thing because Mikey G yelled out what that was about, and apparently a girl stepped on his foot with cleats. And then I brought back up the mama thing because I was like, what the fuck was that about? And then he got off stage. It's kind of weird. He just brought up that his buddy's mama was getting touched and just moved right along. I was like, what the fuck? And whatever that chick did, it must have been terrible. I have no idea, but oh well. I've got a showcase Monday in Opelika at that same venue. Christ. Coming up this Monday in 2 days. Hopefully neither of them are there. The one last week was at Hype in Auburn. So this upcoming week I am in Monday, Opelika, Thursday, Birmingham, Alabama. And then I'm going to Friday through Sunday, I'll be in Fort Walton Beach. Was supposed to be doing comedy, but the show got canceled. I bought a non-refundable hotel room, so me and my wife are still going down to have a beach weekend. Just enjoy it. You know what? I need it. I was going to make it a fun vacation plus comedy, but it's just going to be a vacation. So I'll probably record an episode tomorrow maybe and put it out or something. I don't know. I think I'm ahead of schedule. So I'm trying to get one a week. I think I doubled up once or twice in the last since January. So maybe I'll take a week off. I think I've got one per week in 2025 or over one per week. So, yeah. And then I'm back in Auburn later in the month. And then starting off in May, I'm in Montgomery, Alabama. And I'm going to try to get to Atlanta at some point. And then in the end of May, I got my first comedy festival with some respected legends and pros in Biloxi, Mississippi. So I got to get my ass ready for that shit. But I'm ready. Been working out this week. The week before I was like fasting and running. And this week I was like, all right, we're going back into lifting. So I lifted like 4 times maybe. I did like upper body, lower body, abs, upper body, and I also ran. I ran the day I did abs. So it was it counted as another lower body workout. But we're gonna get Jack Diesel here soon. You know, I try not to lift too much because I'm heavy as fuck, and I can be I'm pretty strong already without weighing myself down. Getting Jack Diesel, but you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna get Jack Diesel. JD. I got a new piece of equipment in the last week, a double end bag, which is good for like timing, hand-eye coordination, and did some clever engineering to hang it from my garage door. So it works fucking perfectly. It's so fun too. I did it for probably 30 minutes today, before and after hitting the heavy bag. It's fucking fun. And I do it without gloves on because the whole thing is like it's hand-eye coordination, timing, and accuracy. And like if you wear gloves, that increases the surface area of your punch. So like doing it barehanded, I have to be pinpoint accuracy when I touch it because the glove expands the surface area of my punch like probably, I don't know, 3 or 4 times at least. But my hand without the glove on is only so big. So when I'm throwing a punch, I have to be extra accurate for it to land without gloves on. Because boxing gloves are big, they make your hand bigger. So I'm punching it barehanded and just working on speed, accuracy, hand-eye coordination, and timing. It's really for like hand-eye coordination and timing. So that's why I do it with no gloves on, because that's the main focus of it. Just gotta get into a routine, man. It's all about routine, process, and drills. It's comedy, working out, training, anything. You hear NBA players talk about, the process. It's all about a process and drills, routine, process, drills. That's all. If you look at like the top of the top in like the NBA, the NFL, boxing, it's all routine, how they take care of themselves on a day-to-day basis, and a process and drills. Just like their training and drills, doing basic drills, like shooting 100 free throws after practice, or doing footwork drills as a running back. It's all about process and drills, going to open mics, working on sets, mixing things around, doing clean comedy one night, dirty comedy one night, trying out some crowd work, maybe try telling a story, working out different muscles, and repetitions. That's how you get better. Just drills, routine, process, drills, repetition, 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 repetition. I've been throwing the same punches and kicks for almost fucking 20 years, dog. That's why I'm good at it. It's because I've thrown so many damn 1-2-3s, leg kicks, body kick, front kick. 1-2-3. 1 high, 2 low, 3 high. 1 high, 2 high, 3 low. Leg kick, front kick, body kick. 1-2, 1, 1, 1-2-3, 1, 1-2. Slip 2. 1-2-3, 2. Slip 2, 3. Just drilling. Repetition. For 30 years or 20 years. I'm only 30 years old. That's why I'm good at boxing and kickboxing. Because I fucking train. Practice. It's the only way you get better. I wanted to shout out some supplements. I've tried some new supplements recently. NMN, which stands for I'm gonna fuck it up. It's nicotinamide mononucleotide, I think. Let me Google it real quick. Nicotinamide mononucleotide. Okay, yeah, I was right. Dude, I've been taking that in the morning. It's good for like cellular energy. It's supposed to be like the fountain of youth. Really, longevity experts are really into it. But dude, I feel like it's good for cellular energy, I think, and cellular health. But I just feel great on it, honestly. It can mitigate aging related disorders and oxidative stress and DNA damage, neurodegeneration and inflammatory stuff. But yeah, really into it. I think it's pretty tight supplement. Might also improve insulin sensitivity and heart function and reduce tiredness. But because it helps increase your NAD plus levels, boost your physical performance. just good for like your overall cellular health at like a cellular level, I think. That's like the main thing for it. Cellular integrity. But it's fucking, I feel great on it. And just a lot of longevity experts are into it. And it's safe to take. And another one that I've really, really, really gotten into that I fucking love is magnesium L-threonate. It's a form of magnesium that can easily cross the blood-brain barrier. You take it at night. So I've been taking NMN in the morning, and NMN. It's like a Matrix Neo. And I've been taking that in the morning, and then magnesium L-threonate at nighttime. Dude, it's the best night's sleep you'll fucking ever have. It just calms you the fuck down. Like, I get in bed, and I'm geared out. I've got sleeping earplugs. I've got a Breathe Right nasal strip on, and I've got a very comfy eye mask I wear on. So I'm blind, deaf, and breathing great. The magnesium's flowing through my blood-brain barrier. Got me relaxed. I pass the fuck out and sleep deep. Deep ass sleep, bro. The best sleep. I've been sleeping so fucking good. Your boy, I don't mean to flex on y'all, but your boy's been sleeping so damn good. It's crazy. I can't recommend it enough. Magnesium L-threonate. If you want to get a good night, you might wake up groggy for about 10 to 15 minutes because your ass was in a deep ass sleep, bro. Takes a minute to come back out of that realm, but it's damn worth it. Oh fuck! I hope this is recording on the right microphone. I think it is. Whatever. Shout out to magnesium L-threonate. Recommend it. So I've got some showcases coming up. I'm trying not to stress out about showcases and stuff like that anymore, because I want everyone to have a good time. I want to make everyone laugh and crush, obviously. But sometimes when I'm stressed about that too much, it leads to me not having as much fun while I'm doing it. And the most important part is that I'm having fun doing it. Because if you're tense or you can just tell, like, if someone on stage is not having fun and like you can tell they're kind of tense and just not enjoying it, that affects the quality of the show. It's like you can't hide your emotions, really. You kind of have to clear your mind and enter in with like a jovial, positive attitude. Because when I'm having fun, that's when I'm crushing. So I'm just trying to make sure I go in with that mentality every time, rather than like being like, oh man, I don't know about this crowd. This crowd seems kind of weird, man. I hope they kind of like this joke. I don't know if they'll like this one. And I shouldn't be stressing about that. It's like, hey, I have a set list that I'm going to do. I'm committed to it. All these jokes have worked before. It's up to me just to have a fucking good time. If I have a good ass time, it doesn't matter. Like, people are gonna have a good time watching me do stand up. I'm a good stand up comedian. I have good jokes. I'm a good joke writer. So if one or two don't hit, it doesn't matter. I can laugh it off. If I'm having a good time, everything's positive. But if one or two don't hit and that kind of flusters me, then people are like, "Uh-oh, this guy's nervous." But I've gotten better at that. I was really like, that was something I stressed within the first year, my first year a lot. I would stick to my guns though. I kind of I did some crazy shit my first year. Um, I don't know, but there'd be times where I can even like, you probably couldn't tell, but I was like stressing the crowd. I mean, that's how you should be as a comedian. You should worry how the crowd is reacting. But just the number one overall thing is have fun doing it, because that's what makes the overall vibe of the performance like damn, that was fun. You know, if I'm having fun, you guys should be having fun. If I'm performing and clearly not having fun, how the fuck is the crowd not going to have fun? that's that's the question. So you need to have a good ass time, dude. You need to be funny and cut loose, dude. That's my best advice is to have fun doing it. Because the more fun you have, the better you're giving off a better vibe to the crowd. You could have great jokes and just butcher the performance. I mean, just like zero. Just you're giving it nothing. You don't want to be here. You're having a terrible time. You're just not committing to anything. Standoffish. Don't want to acknowledge the crowd. Acting like you're better than everyone there. Don't want to be here. Dude, it doesn't matter how good your jokes are. If you come out like that with that kind of attitude and vibe, people are going to be like, what is this guy's problem, dude? I mean, his jokes are funny, but it seems like he doesn't want to be here. So you need to like enforce that positive, have a good time mentality. Hell yeah. And I'm getting better at performing longer, like 10 to 15 minute sets, like feature sets. Because I'm a joke writer and all my jokes are pretty short. Um, but for it, but with a long form set, I have more time to kind of like put together a puzzle of like what pieces match together in what order. And I can mix things. I can pull things in or out and stick a joke there, move a joke here. But I've got a good foundation of like jokes that flow along topic to topic. So now it kind of like makes more sense. Because earlier on, when I had to do these short open mic sets, especially at like the Laughing Skull, where it's only 4 minutes, I would try to get out like 5 jokes. And they would be good jokes for the most part. But I can't like tie them together at all or do any transitions because I only have 4 minutes. And if I'm just trying to get out jokes, there's no time to like coherently tie things together in a neat manner. But with 10 to 15 minute sets, you get to paint a better picture. And I think that's what my main goal is to just. I think I've got a pretty banging 10. My 15 is pretty sick too. But I just want to. That's my main goal this year in comedy. Year 3 is just like having just a certified hood classic 15. So I feel like I can. I mean, my 15 is great, but I'm always tinkering and moving things out, moving things in, switching things around. I just want to get like a 15 where like I feel like I could feature for anybody in the country at any venue. But I feel like we're getting there. I like a good 10-minute set. I feel like 10's like that's where I do the cream of the crop of the 15. But with 15 I can tie things together a little bit better. Get a little more well-rounded. Yep. Dude, I don't know if you've heard about this, but Trump threw out an idea of like putting hotels and casinos in Gaza. And I was like, where does that sound familiar? And I looked back, my first theater show a year ago in April, during the Biden administration, I have a joke where I'm like, I think I've solved the Israel-Palestine conflict. I think Israel needs to take a play out of the American playbook and how we dealt with the Native Americans after we stole their land. Casinos, man. We just got to give them casinos. Palestinian casinos, dude. All around Israel. And that was a joke I did a year ago during the Biden administration that Trump is actually pitched. This is the second time. This is like, I've done it like, I have the football drones bit. Now they have throwable football shaped drones. Like there's been several jokes that I've written that have actually turned out true. So I'm worried because I have a lot of fucked up jokes. And if any of them come true, this could be a nightmare for all of us. I told my buddies, they're like, dude, you keep predicting the future. Like, some of my comedian buddies are like, this is actually kind of scary. 'Cause these are like very specific. Like, I said, let's give Palestinians casinos. And Trump is literally trying to put a casino in Gaza. That's insane that I called that over a year before. This was during the Biden administration. And the suicide bombers seeing a drone strike, I was like, I wonder if they're like, what the hell? Why can't we do that? If we can't invest in the technology, I mean, let's at least brainstorm. Like, maybe we could tape an explosive to a Nerf Whistler football and just chuck it. Almost a year later, football-shaped throwable drones are hitting the market soon. I mean, that's like, these are two pretty outlandish predictions from jokes I've told. Oddly specific. There was another one where I talk about like Batman being a billionaire. I was like, why is he not investing in underprivileged communities, you know? It's cheaper just to beat the shit out of these thugs. This is not really a prediction. But then I just saw on my timeline, it was like, I didn't have this on my bingo sheet for 2025. Muslims in Russia criticizing Batman. And this Muslim was like, Batman, he inherited his father's fortune, $10 billion. He could easily set up foundations and reforms, programs, social programs, and end crime in Gotham. But what does he do? Dresses up in a costume and goes and captures some freaks. So a lot of things in the past year. That's not really a prediction. That's not even specific enough. Because I feel like a lot of people have had that thought before of like, he's a billionaire, wasn't he? You know, set up some social programs to help crime instead. But the casinos in Gaza and football-shaped throwable drones, that's oddly specific. That's pretty crazy. You have to admit. And I've got tape of me saying all of this before it happened. It's crazy. Dude, I was looking up, I was like, what happened to the stingray that killed Steve Irwin? Did they, like, catch that motherfucker and put him down like a dog? Like when a dog bites somebody? Turns out that stingray just bounced. He just fucking diced up Irwin and bounced. Nothing happened to him. I was like, damn, that's gonna... I don't know. I guess it's good that the stingray didn't die, because it was just, misunderstood what was happening and probably thought that Steve Irwin's shadow was like a tiger shark or something, is what I've read. I don't know. I can't predict a stingray's train of thought in a murder. But I wonder if like the stingray got back to like if there was like a stingray mob and that stingray got back and he's like and then somebody in the mob was like, "Do you know the fuck you killed?" It's like Stingray Sopranos. It's like, "Do you know the fuck you just killed? You killed Steve fucking Irwin. He was a made man. The whole animal kingdom's backing this guy. Now you got his fucking bloody face all over the news in Animal Planet. You fucked up big, Tony. You fucked up big time. You can't kill. You know the fuck you kill. You killed Steve fucking Irwin. He's a made man. Whole animal kingdom's backing this guy." And then they kill him with like a choke wire. He made the block too hot. He was a good guy, but he fucked up. Can't go around just dicing people like Steve Irwin. Dude, I want to set up people. I want to send people to Chick-fil-A at like 10:25. Have them buy a bunch of chicken biscuits during the morning because they stop selling them at 10:30, and then just post up right outside Chick-fil-A at like 10:31, selling biscuits. Maybe just a 50-cent markup or a dollar markup. I don't know. Like, hey, you can't get chicken biscuits here anymore. But I just bought a bunch of them and have them in a some sort of a insulated heat, whatever the fuck, like, they put pizzas in to keep them warm. I don't know what the fuck it's called. Some sort of insulated heat container to keep the biscuits warm. And we just trap chicken biscuits from 10:31 until we sell out. They probably won't let us do that. But, whatever. I don't think I can record for a long time because I got 22%. All right, we're good. I got like half an hour. I won't go that long. But dude, I got an email from a Chinese manufacturer this week. They're like, hey, if you need any plastic molded parts or anything fabricated, blah, 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 tubings, let us know. And for some reason, I just thought it was like a spam email. So I responded to it and I was like, oh, yes, I actually am in the market for that. Do you have the capability of manufacturing plastic molded parts for D's? And I just let that email hang out there. For D's, Deez. And I was like, if he says D's what? I'm about to tomahawk slam this off the backboard on him. And then I got a message on LinkedIn from like another guy in that company, like, hey Scott, we received an email for you about plastic molded parts. And I was like, I just quickly backtracked. I was like, hey, sorry about that. My email got hacked yesterday. Sent out a bunch of fraudulent emails. That wasn't me. I definitely wasn't about to say D's nuts. Do you have the capability of manufacturing plastic molded parts for D's nuts? Dude, that Chinese manufacturer would have been like, what? He would have fucking jumped off a building into a net. The Impractical Jokers have been going through some heat lately. 2 of the 4 have been caught messaging inappropriate things to minors. I think it's Murr and Joe Gatto, which Joe Gatto, like, was trying to, like, flirt with my buddy Jasper's girl. Or wife, sorry. But he was, like, sending weird shit to her after he performed in Montgomery because they were, like, trying to get him to come perform where like, we did sets at. And he's like, no, but what are you doing after? He's like, you want to come to my hotel room or some creepy shit like that. So, and the other dude was sending some weird stuff to underage girls. But I was like, if that whole crew, first off, if 2 of them went down, they should have said that the other one was impractical joking them and being like, dude, text her this. And he's like, oh, dude, I can't say that to her. He's got like an earpiece in. He's like, oh my gosh. All right. Well, hey, what are you doing? Do you want to come hang out? Dude, you know what'd be funny? What if we make him try to hook up with this underage girl? Impractical jokesters are like getting each other convicted. But that should be their scapegoat. So they should blame the other one. Be like, he was impractical joking me. Gosh, don't you guys get it? It's a weird. We're putting each other in weird scenarios and situations that are uncomfortable. That's like their whole thing. No, but that's not cool that they did that. I was never really into impractical. The only one I like is Sal Falcano. He's tight with a lot of comedians. He does stand up. I think a lot of them do stand up. Either like at least half of them did. But Sal was tight with like the Legion of Skanks and a bunch of other people. And Sal's always been cool. And he's not one of the guys. He didn't know anything about it. So shout out to Sal. I need to master the art of just relaxing and enjoying things, you know? Like an old man sitting on a rocking chair on his front porch. You know? Not looking for he's not like, what's the move, dude? Where the chicks at? Let's go party. Do you want to go drink some tall boys? Dude, I want to go find a party and drink some tall boys. No. That old dude doesn't care about that. You know what he wants to do? He wants to sit on his porch and rock. And that's fucking dope. To just be content relaxing, rocking, just fucking rocking. Looking at the trees, looking at the birds. There's a bird right outside this window that I told you about a couple weeks ago, making a nest. Just enjoying nature, man. Enjoying solitude, the quiet beauty of nature, which is something I really like to I really like spending time alone and, you know, relaxing and enjoying stuff. Just like looking outside at nature. I'm looking at trees right now, dude. They're fucking beautiful. But I also need to also do comedy, you know. I really enjoy any night where I'm like, you know what, I could just stay home, you know, and just relax, hang out with my wife. But I do that more than I do comedy. So I was like, sometimes I'm like, no, you know, I need to go out and get a set in. I'll go out and get a set. Fucking amazing night. Make a bunch of people laugh. Talk to my buddies. Make my buddies laugh. Laugh with my buddies. Everybody's laughing. Everybody's having a good time, you know. And I get home, I'm like, damn. Yep. Glad I did that. Every single time. Every single time. Like, glad I went. That was fun. I really enjoyed that. 'Cause comedy makes me happy, dude. Most of the times, I feel like over 90% of the time, if I'm smiling, it's because of comedy. It's like I heard something that I think is funny, or I'm thinking of something funny. Um, it's just always on my mind, or I'm listening to like a comedy podcast or something. I'm just I love comedy. I also smile at my cats a lot. So it's like it's cats and comedy, pretty much. Just the main things that make me smile in life. But yeah, so I need to enjoy the art of relaxing, just being in solitude, just at peace with my mind, enjoy nature. And I also need to get out, do comedy, practice, drills, reps, get that comedy in. Same thing with training, hard work, get totally zen after beating the shit out of the heavy bag, like I did earlier. You know, work out hard, train hard, work hard at comedy, work hard at my job, come home, vibe, relax, enjoy some time with my cats and my wife, enjoy time by myself, spend some time in nature. That's how that's how you grow, man. Yeah, I enjoy solitude, but then I get that itch to make people laugh like crack. Like, yeah, I need to. I start thinking like, oh man, what could I do? What could I could text my buddies this. I could find something, send this to them, and make them laugh. I start, I start, I start getting crackhead for some laughs. I turn into a crackhead for it. Same thing with fighting too. I need to. I have an urge to go back and spar at this local gym and train for a cage fight. And I've been trying to tell myself no and shut the fuck up. But it's an urge that's growing and is hard to ignore. So I might end up joining back to a local MMA gym and sparring. But I'm trying not to. Trying to focus on comedy because that's what I need to be doing. That's the most positive thing for both me and my friends in the world. There's nothing positive from me fighting anybody. It's only destructive. So I need to focus on comedy. You know what they say? You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. You know who said that? Yeah, it's Adolf Hitler. No, it's Wayne Gretzky. It's a good quote. So I need to get out there, just keep winging shots at comedy, sparring with crowds, with humor, not actually punching people in the face and getting punched in the face. Metaphorical sparring. with ideas. Silly ideas. UFC 314 is on tonight. Banger card. Oh, that pay-per-view main card is dirty. I'm going to be watching that tonight. I also want to put out a challenge to the listeners of TKO. I think I talked about this earlier on in the pod episodes, but I want to throw it back out there. This is a call to set up a reoccurring donation. If you can afford it, even if it's something small, like $5 a month or whatever you can, just find a nonprofit, whatever you vibe with the most. Like for me, and the thing is, I don't want you talking about it. This is what's important about it. You're gonna find a cause that means something to you, and you're gonna set up a monthly donation, and you're not gonna fucking tell anybody about it. And this is just something that you do because you're a good person. And at the end of the day, you're not doing it. A lot of people, like I get invited to these too for the ones that I donate to, but I don't like these fundraisers where they do like bidding auctions where like everyone dresses up fancy and goes out and bids and like that's how they raise money for something. And it's just so kind of just like obnoxious. Everyone's like it's just about just looking like you're fly blowing money. And like it is for a good cause, but it's like I think the most noble way to donate is in quiet and solitude. Nobody knows about it but you and the person or the foundation you donated to. You're not at a fucking auction dressed in a black tie, drinking champagne, donating thousands of dollars in front of other people to make them look like, oh, damn, that dude's a baller. No. You're doing this because you're a good person and you're doing it quietly. So I don't want you talking about it, okay? But I want you to set up a monthly donation to a cause that means something to you, okay? And then I want you to not tell anybody about it. But I do want you to let me know about it. See, this is where you can get points. You can get points for doing something good because I want to know if you're doing this because that makes us both feel good. I've inspired you to donate to a cause that means something to you. I want to hear about that because that'll make me feel good. And then you can let me know and I can give you respect. Because the one I don't talk about is I've had a reoccurring monthly donation to Lee County Humane Society because I love animals. All 3 of my cats I adopted from Lee County Humane Society. So I've had a reoccurring monthly donation since January of 2019. So it's been 2020 to like 5 years, I guess. Yeah, a little bit over 5 years. I guess 2019, 2020, 21, 23, 24. Yeah, we're in our 7th year of it actually. But trust me, if you just pick an amount that won't hurt you financially, you will not regret it. You won't even think about it. And that's just another thing. If you ever get down or depressed, you can be like, well, am I a good person? Let's look at it. My friends think I'm cool and hilarious. They want me around. My family. So like my family, my friends, they love me and want me around. And I'm also a positive light in the world because I've been donating monthly to this nonprofit foundation that means something to me. So you're just reinforcing, and you should do it because it's a good thing to do if you can afford it. So give back. This is a call to give back. Doesn't have to be a substantial amount, just whatever you can afford. A monthly commitment, set it and forget it. So if it was $5 a month, I mean that's like bare minimum, really, honestly. You should try to do a lot more than that. like a lot more than that. Because $5 a month is like $60 a year. Really, $10 a month would be tight. I would say $10 should be the bare minimum. But if you're struggling, anything helps. So five, or up. But even if it was like $100, I mean, it's like that's $1,200 a year, which might not work for some people. But whatever works with your budget, man. Just call to donate. All right, I'm just gonna look at the fight card for tonight. I really like the. All right, I'm just gonna go through and look at fights that I like. Okay, Trayshawn Gore is fighting. He's out of Alpharetta. He's on the early prelims. Another guy out of like I don't know where I think he's from Atlanta, but he bounces around between like Florida and Alabama. I think his last name is Dumas. He's also on the early prelims. Mitch Raposo is fighting on the early prelims. But the televised prelims, the first one is Elkins versus Arosa. That'll be a good fight. And then Miller versus Hooper. I'm into that. Then Yan versus Jandaroba. That's a pretty good fight. I think I might take Yan. Ige versus Woodson. That's a banger. That's the main event of the prelims. So it's the final fight of the prelims, I should say. And then the main card is Reyes versus Krylov. Banger. Silva versus Mitchell. Banger. Pitbull versus Rodriguez. Magma. Chandler versus Pimblett. Banger. Volkanovski versus Lopez. Banger. Rodriguez Pitbull is heat. That's heat. Silva versus Mitchell is going to be fucking entertaining. That whole main card is lava. So I'm looking forward to it. I get so excited. Good fights. I can't wait. All right. Donate to something. Be a good person. It's all about the process, drilling, routine. Take care of yourself. Keep grinding. Repetition is how you get better. And fucking you're a listener of the TKO fucking podcast, dude. Let these motherfuckers know, dude. They can't fuck with you. And if they do, they gotta come see me. It's 2025. We gotta hit these motherfuckers in the mouth, dog. They don't know what they're looking at yet. But they'll figure out. They'll figure out soon. Best believe that. All right. Y'all have a good weekend. Bye.